Hello everyone, welcome to this video. In this video, we're going to be looking at how to perform a UDP scan. Now, a UDP scan is extremely important, yet so many penetration testers overlook it because of its simplicity and the fact that it is not very common. Now, again, I need to cover this because, again, UDP is an extremely important protocol that you need to know how to scan with Nmap, and you need to know how to deal with the UDP ports. Now, when it comes down to explaining UDP, I've done that in the networking fundamentals section, but again, I'll go over it very briefly. UDP essentially is the user datagram protocol similar to TCP, which is the transmission control protocol. Now, the difference between them is the fact that TCP requires a connection to be established, or in other words, a handshake to be established before packets can be sent. However, with UDP, packets are directly sent to the target and back without any rules or without anything governing how the packets are sent, how fast they are sent, how they are acknowledged, essentially how they can be confirmed to be delivered. So you really don't know whether your UDP packets are being delivered to the target, and it's really very difficult to essentially monitor UDP. But again, it is an extremely important protocol, and as I mentioned, something that penetration testers really overlook. All right, so again, a UDP is essentially a connection without a handshake or without really a connection between the host and the target. So with Nmap, it really is very simple to scan for UDP ports, but again, as I mentioned, really overlooked. So we can open up the help menu here, and I'll show you where the command lies. Now, when we talk about, I think it lies right over here. And there we are under scan techniques. We have the SU option or parameter, and that is a UDP scan. All right, so I have a Windows operating system that I'm going to use as my target, and I do have a UDP port open for my NetBIOS, and we'll see what it is able to enumerate. All right, so what I'm going to do is, let me just clear my terminal there, and I'm just going to type in Nmap and SU, and my target is 192.168.1.102. All right, and that is a Windows operating system, and let's see what results we're able to get. The last time I checked, I believe I had UDP NetBIOS port open, and there we are, UDP right over here on port 137, and there you are. That is how to scan for UDP ports. Something really simple, but again, mostly overlooked and extremely important for all penetration testers. And of course, specifying the entire port range is also an important thing, because ports can be incorrectly configured throughout the entire range. That being said, that's going to be it for this video, and I'll be seeing you in the next video.